My name is Jack Sparrow. I have been the most dangerous air pirate for 40 years, and I have robbed $1 billion so far. Now it's time for me to retire. I want to live peacefully without getting chased by the Marines. I want to deposit all my money in a bank and live from the interests. This seems to be a good bank. I'll go inside and deposit my money right now.
Hi, my name is Casey. How can I help you?
Hi, I'm Jack Sparrow. I want to deposit all of my money on your bank. I want to know how much interest I can get each year. I have $1 billion on my briefcase.
Wow, that's a lot of money. All right. So there are two types of interest, which are simple interest and compound interest. Simple interest determine the amount of interest you earn by multiplying the amount of money you deposit by the interest rate by the number of period. The interest rate on this bank is 5% a year. So if you deposit $1 billion, you'll get $50 million a year as your interest.
My young mathematician, welcome to another class on mathematics. You discover that Jack Sparrow have retired and he has gotten over $1 billion, and he wants to deposit his money in the bank because he wants his money to grow. Now this will lead us to a very important topic today, which we call simple interest. Now Jack Sparrow wanted to deposit his money because he wanted his money to grow, which is one of the character of a man. Every man wants to grow physically or materially. Now Jack Sparrow will want to live from the interest his money has accrued over time. Now you may want to ask me, why interest? Why interest on our money? Interest is the additional money that is added to your money when you deposit it over a period of time, or you borrow the money or invest it over a period of time. Now the reason for interest is that we all want our money to grow. We all want our money to increase. Nobody wants his money to be exhausted. So the reason why I will deposit my money in the bank to have interest is that I want my money to grow over time. I'll be explaining this using further illustration. James' dad congratulated James on his good score in mathematics. Now James was elated and said, "Thanks, Dad." But James wanted his dad to give him a gift, and his father was willing to give him a gift. But this time the father said he's going to give him 1,000 rupees, but he'll have two options. James was eager to hear the options. The options is that he either gets 1,000 rupees today or 1,000 rupees a year later. Now James began to think of what choice he's going to make, and he said, "Of course, Dad, I will want my 1,000 rupees today." And father asked, "Why not a year later?" Now remember that 1,000 rupees today cannot be 1,000 rupees a year later. But James was ignorant of what interest is all about. And James wanted the money today because he wanted to buy either a football, a shoe, or a video game so that he could enjoy himself. His father smiled. And this time his father knew that the rupees a year later can never be the same as a rupee for today, because it's going to bear interest. But James was ignorant of what interest is all about. Now let's say another example we have a bank. And this bank is a trusted bank where you can deposit your money and your money grows. Now, I could also loan my money from this bank. Now, if I deposit my 100 rupees in the bank today, a year later, my money is going to grow to, let's say, 108 rupees. This is because my money is definitely going to yield interest. So, my money today cannot be my money a year later. Understood? Now, my money is going to grow a year later. When I'm going to withdraw my money, I'm going to be excited. I'm going to be happy. Because remember, every man wants to grow, either physically or materially. And that entails our finance also. Now, note that the money you deposit in the bank is known as the principal. So we're going to be using these terms as we progress on this teaching. Now, when you deposit your money in the bank, it's going to yield interest, and your interest is a sum of the principal and the interest at the end of the year. So the money you're going to get at the end of the year is the sum of the principal and the interest. So if I remove my principal for the amount I get at the end of the year, I'm going to add 8. So 8 becomes my interest. Understood? So remember, I deposited 100 rupees. So the amount I get at the end of the year is principal plus my interest. So therefore, amount is equals to principal plus interest. So when I add it together, I'm going to get 108 rupees. So I could say that the rate at which my money grows was 8%. We'll move on with another illustration. Welcome back from that animated illustration. Now you can see that one of the character of every man is to grow, either physically or materially. This also entails our finance. Now we are going to be defining what interest is all about. Now, interest is the additional money added to your money after a period of borrowing, depositing, loaning, or even investing your money. So your money could yield interest over time. So that additional money that is added to your starting capital is your interest. Now that will take us to the definition of the terms. Now, before the definition of the terms, I would like you to know the formula for solving for simple interest. Now you will want to know how much interest your money have yielded. Let's say you deposited 5,000 in the bank. Now to calculate your interest, the formula is P times R times T over 100. Now what is P? P is the principal. The R means the rate, and T is time. So simple interest is equals to principal times rate times time over 100. Now it's time to explain the term, because you want to know what this term actually means. Now the term principal is the money or the amount you borrowed over time, or the amount you loaned out or deposited in a bank for a particular period of time. So that money you deposited or you loan out or you borrow is your principal. Now we have rate. Now over a period of time your money increases. Now the rate at which your money increases, or the rate at which the interest is being added to your money, is the rate. And this rate, we have it in percentage. That will take us to time. We all know time. Now this is a period in which your money stays in the bank when you deposit, or when you borrow out your money, the period at which your money stays with the borrower, or the time at which you loan out your money is the time. And this time is usually in years. Okay? Now, we are going to be moving on. Remember that time is the period at which your money is being deposited, borrowed or loaned, and it's usually in years. Now, having known these definitions of the various terms, we are going to be doing some examples. We'll be working out some examples. One of the examples says, let's say a boy deposits £200 in the First Savings Bank, which pays an interest of 3.5% per annum. How much interest will he get in 1 year? So the interest that is being added to the money the boy deposit is at the rate of 3.5%. So how much interest will be added to the money in a period of 1 year? So when we solve our solution, remember that our formula is principal times rate times time over 100. Now when you substitute into the formula, what we have is interest is equals to, now the money you deposit is your principal, so £200 is our principal, times our rate. Our rate is given in mixed number. So to convert our mixed number to improper fraction, what you do, you multiply the whole number by the denominator and you add the numerator to it. Okay, I'll be demonstrating it. So our whole number is 3 and the denominator is 2 and our numerator is 1. So if I multiply our whole number by 2, which is the denominator, I have 6, plus my numerator, which is 1, I'll have 7. So my answer will be 7 over 2. Okay, now this 7, we're going to be placing it at the numerator of our formula, because the 7 is a numerator there, multiplied by the time, which is 1 year, over, remember, over 100, times, remember we still have a denominator from 3 over 1 over 2. So when we change it to improper fraction, we have 7 over 2. So 7 is the numerator and 2 will come to the denominator. Okay, now the next thing you need to do is to cancel out. 0 cancel 0, 0 we cancel another 0. Okay, now we see have 2. 2 can cancel out 2, so 2 cancel out 2. What is remaining for us is 7 times 1 over 1. So 7 times 1 will give us 7. Remember that every whole number have over 1 under them. So 7 times 1, 7 over the only one at the denominator. 7 over 1 is setting out 7. So the interest that will be added will become £7. Okay. Now, what if we're not told to look for interest? and we are told to look for another term. Let's say we are told to look for the principal this time. Now remember, whether you are looking for principal, whether you are looking for interest, or you are looking for rates, or you are looking for time, what you just need to do is to get your formula and substitute your value into the formula and solve. So we have our solution. Our formula is principal times rate over 100. That is interest equal to principal times rate times time over 100. Now when you substitute this into the formula, you have interest is 72. So I'm going to put 72 naira under interest. Okay, now I repeat, what you need to do is to substitute your value into the right parameters in your formula. So he said we define the principal that we gain an interest of 72 naira. So the interest is 72 naira. So I place my 72 under interest equals to my principal is what I'm looking for. So I don't have a value for principal. So I'll leave it as P times, what is our rate? Our rate is 4% times time. Our time is 2 years over, remember, over 100. Now in this case, what do we do? When we have a fraction at one side of the equation and a whole number at one side of the equation, what we do is to cross multiply. So I'm going to cross multiply. 72 we multiply 100 to give us 72,200. Remember, I'm doing cross multiply. Now 72 times 100 give us 72,200 is equals to, now P times 4 times 2 is how many? 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times P is 8P. Now we have got it to a stage we are familiar with. Remember, I told you that when you are looking for an alphabet or an unknown in an equation, what you need to do is to divide both sides of the equation by the number close to the unknown. So our P is the unknown. So the number close to P is 8. So we're going to divide both sides by 8. So if 8 cancel 8, will leave me with P. Okay? Now I have the equals to, remember our sign is in naira. Now 8 cancel 72 is 9, because 8 times 9 is 72. So 8 cancel 72 is 9. 8 cancel 0 is 0. 8 cancel 0 is 0. So our principal for this question is 900 naira. So the money that was deposited was 900 naira. So that's why it was able to yield an interest of 72 naira at the rate of 4% under 2 years. Now you can solve a lot of questions using my format. Just substitute your value into the right parameters and you solve. Please, I want you to go over my teaching, digest it, after which you go over to my interactive assessment. Make me proud by making sure your name is top at the leaders board, after which you go over to your assignment and upload. I'm so excited to be your mathematics teacher. Till we meet again next time. Bye for now.